Welcome to Learn by Choice. In this video, we are going to talk about the DigiLocker. So DigiLocker is the popular Digital India initiative made by a government of India for its citizens to store various important documents. Now the DigiLocker is also enabled to store many of the financial statements like the bank savings bank account statement and insurance policies and mutual fund statements. Now how this DigiLocker is going to help in transmitting the deposits which are unclaimed, which belong to deceased subscriber to the nominees. The DigiLocker, managed by Government of India and SEBI, they've come together to help in identifying the unclaimed assets which arise due to the death of the deceased investors and how this can be transferred to the nominees in a hassle-free manner. So DigiLocker is a secure digital document wallet which is provided by government under Digital India program. Here each and every citizen who is having Aadhaar can download this DigiLocker and they can get storage up to 1 GB. Cloud space is being offered. So the DigiLocker offers its citizens for storing, sharing and also access important documents like Aadhaar, PAN card, and going forward the death certificate of the deceased subscribers and financial statements of investments in share market or insurance policies and mutual fund statements, and even NPS statement also made available through the DigiLocker. So as per the Information Technology Act, Section 9A, the documents which are available in the DigiLocker are legally valid and which are equivalent to the original physical documents. There are a lot of issues associated with unclaimed assets, which is also growing day by day. There is a lack of awareness among the family members about the investments made by the deceased investors, and the process of claiming the money, it is complex and also time-consuming process, even though the regulators and the financial intermediaries are taking steps to streamline and make the process ease. For example, there are some insurance policies which may not be available by the nominees or the legal heirs to claim, or the mutual fund account number, folio numbers or bank statement may not be available with the nominees or the legal heirs to identify those assets so that they can claim from the financial institutions. Please subscribe to our channel. Please, your subscription motivates us to place more and more videos related to financial literacy. So SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India, has introduced a new initiative by interlinking DigiLocker with its KYC registration agencies for the purpose of streamlining and identification and transmitting the unclaimed assets to the rightful nominees. So the DigiLocker is going to help in 3 ways. For example, the DigiLocker is already holding important documents like Aadhaar, PAN card and other financial statements, insurance policies, mutual fund investment details. And these are all legally valid documents. And through this DigiLocker, we can facilitate the easy access of the investments by the deceased investors through their nominees. So the nominees will have the read-only access to the DigiLocker of the investors. So in each and every DigiLocker account, the investor can nominate a person, maybe a spouse or the father or brother, through their DigiLocker, and their credentials are verified through the Aadhaar and the mobile number and email IDs. So the SEBI is already taking a lot of efforts to reduce unclaimed assets. For example, they are making the nomination process mandatory for all the investments. So the investors, they have to nominate a person, or they have to explicitly say that they want to opt out of nomination. So this process of nomination ensures the assets are transferred to the rightful nominee in case of the death of the investors. And the transmission norms, so they're transferring the wealth of the deceased subscriber to the nominees also, the regulator is trying to make it simple. It also reduces the paperwork and by streamlining the verification of the nominees. Then they also creating the centralized reporting of the death. For example, under SEBI, there are agencies like KRA, KYC registration agencies are available, which stores the KYC data of all the investors. And through this KRA, through the intermediaries or the reporting agencies, the death information can be stored and verified. So any nominees or any family members of the investor can approach the intermediary to report about the death. So while reporting, they have to submit the copy of the PAN card and also the death certificate. So the DigiLocker, as I already mentioned, it is a centralized financial holdings. It keeps all the records of the financial information related to investment and insurance and other holdings. The nomination through DigiLocker, you can also nominate a person to access the DigiLocker information in case of the death of the investors. So once the investor, because of any unfortunate death, the Registrar General of India, the RGA, they capture all the information about the birth and death, and the KRAs. These both the agencies will be integrated. The KRAs are KYC registration agencies, which are coming under the regulatory ambit of SEBI. So both will be integrated. So any death intimation received from RGA then KRAs also will be getting that information. From KRAs, all the reporting entities of SEBI, all the intermediaries like mutual funds and other brokerage firms will be intimated about the death, so that the death of the investors will be intimated to the nominees of the investments through this process, so that the process of transmitting the assets will be easy and hassle-free. So what investors should do? You have to use DigiLocker provided by Government of India, to which you can store and manage all the critical documents very securely. By having this access to DigiLocker, you can also prevent or reduce the unidentified unclaimed assets, because we are putting a lot of efforts and hard work in earning money and investing. So in case of our death, it has to be transmitted to our loved ones hassle-free manner. And all your physical holdings of shares or any other investments, it has to be converted into demat form, so that the benefit of transmitting in case of unfortunate death of the investors is made easy. And the nomination process is a must. It has to be made. So in this whole framework, there are some challenges may come. For example, in DigiLocker, you are nominating your brother or maybe your father as a nominee. But whereas in your investments, maybe in mutual fund or in the insurance, the nominee may be different, maybe a spouse. So in that case, the intimation about the death, then access of the DigiLocker information will be passed on to the nominee as per DigiLocker records, whereas the benefits are passed on to the nominee as per the investment records. So if the nominees in the DigiLocker and also nominee in the financial holdings are same, then the transmission is hassle-free. If it is different and it has to be as per the policy and guidelines stipulated for transmitting the asset in case of the death of the. Subscribe to Learn by Choice for more and more videos. Thank you.